Air Transat Airlines Flight 236 was on a routine flight from Toronto to Lisbon, cruising at an altitude of 39,000 feet over the Atlantic Ocean. It was midnight and everything seemed normal, as pilots typically encounter similar situations during long flights. However, there was something on board that would soon change the course of flight entirely. Even from 39,000 feet, the ground was invisible with nothing but the vast expanse of ocean below. It was at this moment that the captain suddenly realized that the aircraft was running low on fuel, a terrifying situation for the pilot as running out of fuel over the ocean could mean disaster. The incident took place on August 23, 2001. Flight 236, an Airbus A330, was preparing for a 7-hour non-stop journey from Toronto to Lisbon. The plane was loaded with 48 metric tons of fuel, enough for the long flight. After completing the pre-flight checks, the crew, including 293 passengers and 13 crew members, boarded the aircraft. At 9 p.m. local time, the flight took off from Toronto Pearson Airport. The captain, 48-year-old Robert Pesci, was an experienced pilot with over 16,000 flight hours, while the first officer, 28-year-old Dick Dagger, had 5,000 hours of flying experience, including 400 hours on the Airbus A330. The Airbus A330 was a state-of-the-art aircraft, only 2 years old at the time. There was no signs of any issue with the aircraft and the pilots were highly experienced. After takeoff, the flight progressed smoothly and within minutes, the plane reached its cruising altitude of 39,000 feet. During such long-haul flights, pilots mostly monitor the flight status as the autopilot system handles most of the navigation and flight tasks. For the next 4 hours, everything remained normal as most passengers were asleep. The aircraft was now near at the center of the Atlantic Ocean when a problem suddenly arose. Around 1 a.m., the captain noticed an abnormal reading in the aircraft's right engine showing high oil pressure along with low oil quantity and low oil temperature, an error neither of the pilot had encountered before. They consulted the flight manuals but found no information regarding this issue. The pilots they contacted Air Transat's maintenance team in Canada, who were also unfamiliar with the issue. They advised the pilots to continue monitoring the situation all through the faulty oil reading indicating an issue with the right engine. The flight continued without major disruptions. However, about half an hour later, another warning appeared, this time concerning the aircraft's fuel. The fuel in the wings of the aircraft should have been evenly distributed, but the right wing was showing significantly lower fuel level compared to the left. This was not considered an immediate danger, as such an issue could be corrected during the flight. The captain opened the crossfeed valve, allowing fuel to flow from the left wing to the right and the fuel levels balanced out. But just 10 minutes later, the captain received another warning. The fuel was running low. The situation now became dire. The aircraft had very little fuel left and reaching Lisbon was no longer an option. The only possibility for safe landing was to divert to the Azores Islands, especially the Tercha airport. The captain immediately contacted the Santa Maria ATC, informed them of the fuel shortage, but the uncertainty remained, would the aircraft make it to the airport or would it have to land in the ocean? At that point, the plane had about 7,000 mean 7 tons of fuel left, which might seem like a lot, but in reality it was only around 6% of plane's fuel capacity. It was rapidly depleting. The pilots suspected a fuel leak, but no sign of leak were visible from the wing. The captain instructed the flight crew to monitor the trailing edge of the wing, but no evidence of leak was found. The situation became more dire when it became clear that the fuel was draining at a rate of 1 ton every 5 minutes, leaving the plane with only 25 minutes worth of fuel. With only 25 minutes left and the certainty that the plane could not reach Tertia airport, the situation turned even more urgent. A fire broke out in the right engine, causing the panic among the passengers who had been peacefully sleeping until then. With the right engine on fire and the left engine now also failing, The aircraft was down to just 4.5 tons of fuel and the pilot had no choice but to begin descending gradually. Emergency team at Tertia Airport were alerted preparing for a potential emergency landing. However, the aircraft was still 240 kilometers away from the airport and the fuel was quickly running out. By this point, the left engine catch fire as well and the aircraft began gliding over the Atlantic Ocean without engine power. The captain's earlier decision not to descend to 20,000 feet proved crucial as it allowed the aircraft to glide for a longer distance. The automatic turbine deployed to generate just enough electricity to power essential cockpit instruments. As the aircraft descended to 30,000 feet, the distance to Tertia Airport was only 120 kilometers. But the situation remained critical. The passengers sat in Eric silence, fearing the worst. The captain had to make a difficult decision. If the plane could not make it to the airport, it would have to land in the ocean. A dangerous proposition that could result in drowning or hypothermia in cold water. With the aircraft losing altitude at a rate of 2000 feet per minute, the next 15 minutes would determine whether the plane would reach the airport or crash into the ocean. When the aircraft was just 15 kilometers away from the airport, it was an altitude of 13,000 feet, far too high to land safely. The captain decided to perform a 360 turn which allowed the aircraft to lose altitude while keeping its distance from the airport the same. After completing the turn, the aircraft's altitude dropped to 5,000 feet, still too high for a safe landing. The captain then aligned the aircraft a runway and performed a series of S-turns to give the plane more time to descend. Without engine power, the landing was incredibly difficult. The plane had no thrust to control its descents and the captain relied on the plane's pitch control. Finally, the aircraft touched down with a jolt and 8 of its 12 tires burst. The plane skidded but came to a stop on the runway. A fire broke out in the landing gear, but it was quickly extinguished by the airport fire crew. Flight 236 had made history as the longest flight time for a passenger without engine power. An investigation into the fuel leakage revealed that the maintenance crew had installed a part from a different aircraft which caused vibration and damaged a nearby fuel line. After the incident, Airbus introduced a new system to detect the leakage during flight. A year later, Captain Robert Pesci and First Officer Dick Dagger was honored with the Superior Airmanship Award for their good actions in successfully landing the plane without engine power. Thank you for watching and do not forget to like and share this video. We will meet in the next amazing video.